Hi, this is Daphne with Math Mastery Magic, and today let's solve equations. Let's do solving a quadratic equation. For example, I'm going to give an example that we already factorized. To solve a quadratic equation means you factorize it and make x stand alone. Now, let me give an example where we already factorize, because that is going to be one step ahead. So I remember we factorized the equation 6x squared plus 7x minus 24. And remember, to factorize this, we said we have to look for two numbers that when we multiply it gives us 6, which we took 3 and 2. And then two numbers that when we multiply it gives us negative 24, which we took negative 3 and 8. And we said if we cross multiply this and add, that will be in any order. Whether I choose to write this first or this, it doesn't matter. It will be 16 minus 9, which is 7. This gives us this number. We know that's what we are looking for. So factorizing this equation. Now, when they say factorize, it's like this. When they say solve the equation, it will be this equals 0. But for you to solve this equation equals 0, you have to factorize this first. So to factorize this, it becomes 3x plus 8 times 2x minus 3 equals 0. This equation is this. This here is the same as this. Now, when we equate this to 0, if I have, for instance, a times b equals 0, there's no magic. It means either a equals 0 or b equals 0. You can't times a number by something and have 0 if one of them is not 0. So, which is going to be what we'll consider next. If this times this equals 0, and then either one of this equals 0 or this equals 0. That's what we are going to do to solve for x. So, this implies either 3x plus 8 equals 0 or 2x minus 3 equals 0. This is all. Then we are just going to look for x. To look for x, this means 3x, I can take 8 to the other side. Remember, I said before, if you cross an equal sign with a number, the sign changes. So if I take plus 8 and cross it to the other side, it becomes minus 8. This will be equals minus 8. Or the same thing, 2x equals, I take negative 3 and cross it to this side, it becomes 3. Now, I'm going to stop here and show you something else. Other people do it this way. Forget about this. I have 3x plus 8 equals 0. Other people, or the Americans, will say I should take away 8 from both sides of the equation. So this will be 3x plus 8 minus 8 equals minus 8. This, for me, is just making things long. And then I have 3x, this will go away, equals minus 8. It's the same thing I have here. It's just if I know that each time I cross the equal sign, whether I'm crossing from the left to the right or from the right to the left, the sign of the number I am crossing with is going to change. If it was positive, once I cross to the other side, it becomes negative. If it was negative, once I cross to the other side, it will become positive. But use any one that works for you or that is easier for you. So, for example, this number was negative 3. It's either I'm going to add 3 to both sides, and then it will go away from this side, or I use the simple one that I'm using, crossing this sign, crossing the equal sign with negative 3 becomes this, and it will just move away to the other side. So this now becomes another thing. They will say divide both sides by 3. If I do what it just makes the math longer. Divide both sides by 3 to make x stand alone. Or the same thing here. I will divide both sides by 2. 2x divided by 2 equals 3 divided by 2. And this will go. And this will go. So I'm solving both sides at the same time. And x will be negative 8 on 3, or x will be equal to 3 on 2. So we have solved the quadratic equation. One thing I could do right from here, from up here, 3x, for those who are understanding, instead of saying, okay, divide both sides by 3, what I know is I want to make x stand alone. So I'm just going to make x is equal to, which is what is in my brain. I'm dividing both sides by 3. I'm just going to do, it's going to be x equal to minus 8 divided by 3. That's all. So yes, we have solved that quadratic equation. These are the answers, the values for x. Also, there was another equation we solved. They could ask you to solve the quadratic equation 4x squared plus 4x equals 15. We already factorized this problem. We already factorized our, let me explain. This is an equation. Now for me to solve this, I must bring this here. I must make this something equals 0. So for me to do that, I must bring 15 this way. And my way, I know that if I take 15 is positive and I cross the equal sign, it becomes minus 15. So this will become 4x squared plus 4x minus 15 equals, because I took away 15 from there, there's nothing there. But if this seems like magic for you, the simplest way to do that is 4x, which is not, doesn't seem simple for me. It's like you're just killing time. 4x squared plus 4x equals 15. So what should I do? 4x squared plus 4x minus, take away 15 from both sides. Why am I taking away 15? Because I want to get rid of this 15 on this side. Minus 15 equals 15 minus 15. This will become 4x squared plus 4x minus 15 equals 0. That is the same equation I have here. But I knew that I could just bring it to the side and it becomes that. Now the next thing is to factorize this. For you to solve a quadratic equation, you always have to be able to factorize it first. And I know we factorized this in one of the videos, but I'm going to go ahead and do it again. Now I'm going to look for factors of 4. Two numbers when I multiply, I have 4. Two numbers when I multiply, I have 15. That when I do cross multiplication and I add, it will give me 4. So I have 2 and 2. And then I have 15 is 3 and 5. One of them is negative. If I use 5 positive and I use 3 negative, if I do 3 times 2, 2 times negative 3 is negative 6 plus 10. Remember, we are cross multiplying. Plus 10 is going to give me 4. So to factorize this equation, this is going to become, this equation here is going to become 2x plus 5 times 2x minus 3 equals 0. And again, if two things equal 0, it means either one of them is equal 0. So this implies, or this means 2x, either 2x plus 5 equals 0 or 2x minus 3 equals 0. And again, I'm going to flip this paper. Again, this means that I can choose to say, okay, let me subtract 5 from both sides so that I remove 5 from here and I have it on this side. Or if I wanted to use the simple way is I have plus 5 here. I'll take it to this side of the equation because I want to have 2x to stand alone. If I take it to the other side, cross the equal sign, the plus 5 will become minus 5. So this means 2x equals minus 5. Or the same thing here. If I cross the negative sign, 2x is left alone equals 3 because 3, this is negative 3. Once I cross with it, it becomes plus 3. Or, like I'm saying, if this is sounding like gibberish for you, you can just say 2x minus 3 equals 0. Now I will add 3 to both sides because I want to get rid of this 3. 2x minus 3 plus 3 equals 3. This will go away and I'll have 2x equals 3. That's the same thing I have here. So now the next thing is I have to divide. I have to get rid of the number that is beside the x because I want the x to stand alone. So I have 2x equals minus 5 or 2x equals 3. If I divide both sides by 2, I'll have x, because if I divide both sides, I'll have 2 divided by 2, 2x divided by 2, and x will cancel. I'll have x equals minus 5 on 2, or x equals 3 on 2. So we have solved that quadratic equation. Solving means you have numbers. Solving means you have numbers for the value of x. But factorizing means you just write the factors and you end there. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. Again, I encourage you, if you're solving math and it becomes daunting, don't give up. Be patient. Keep working on it. Have a break. Come back to it with a calm mind, and you will get the solution. Thank you again. Please like, comment, share, invite others to watch it, and subscribe. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.